So as we were coming in, sorry, I don't have any music and I can't sing. So you just have to like do a little ditty
I
in
mean,
your
I'm just excited off of everything. I just learned something new, you guys, right before the call. Do you guys
all
know
of the things.
we have a referral program? Don't ask me how it works yet, but essentially, we can give it to a customer and it gives someone 10% off and they get 10% off. Like, I think that's really cool. So, yeah,
Nice.
I'll train about it tomorrow. Oh, Natalie's already on top of it. See, that's what I love. This team, like we all work together. So, Natalie, you can do a training on it then.
You guys let us know in the comments as we are letting everyone into the meeting room where you are tuning in from. I am in South Florida in Palm Beach, so about 90 miles north of Miami, for those of you that don't know where Palm Beach is. And the weather is fantastic here in February. Let me just say there's no snow and no ice. I love it. So I want to hear where you're coming in from. Do you have snow? Is it cold? We've got Renee in California. We've got Ohio, Indiana, Oklahoma, Buffalo, New York, Illinois, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Central PA, Illinois, New York,
Oh,
Wisconsin,
Canada. Look
Canada.
at that.
You guys, you got to get down south. I lived in
Wyoming,
for 10 years, never again.
Wisconsin. All right. Well, I am right outside Columbus, Ohio. So, right smack dab in the middle of the state. So, it's $10. It's $10, not 10%.
Okay. All right. We got people coming in from all 40 centimeters. I don't know. We don't measure in that. We
Oh,
measure in
more
inches.
Canada.
I don't know. More Canadians in the house. All right, you guys. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm still like letting people into the meeting room. My name is Brooke Rash, and I'm co-hosting tonight with the beautiful Brittney Mettke Powers.
Hello.
And we are going to do a little slideshow presentation for you guys. So let me just get my screen share on. Make sure I can find my slides because I just had them. And then they disappeared. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can make this work.
Oh, Georgia, nice. I heard it's even freezing there, and that counts as the South for me.
Yes, it's the South in the summertime, but in winter
Aniston,
it's
be
cold.
quiet. I was born in Alabama and I lived in Weaver, Alabama for years. How cool. Small world. Yeah,
I am
freaking
I
freeze.
was born in Alabama too, born and raised actually. Left there in 2011, moved to Ohio for 7 years, lived in Cincinnati, and then moved to Colorado for 4 years before I just got fed up with ice and snow and made my way down south. So I've been a little bit of everywhere, but I am originally a Southern girl. So tonight, we're going to talk about how to monetize your brand as a pharmacy influencer. And before you start going, oh my gosh, I don't have a brand. Everyone has a brand. Some of us have smaller brands. Some of us have bigger brands, but you are your brand. Okay. So that's what that means. And if I can figure out how to make this slideshow work, it'll be fantastic. Let's see. Oh my gosh. No, it's not one. Okay, there we go. It's like down, it's up, it's left, it's right. Okay. So again, my name is Brooke Rash. I started in direct sales in 2007. So this year will be 18 years that I have been in the industry. Prior to starting my first business, all the way back then when I was pregnant with my son, who is now in high school, I had no social selling experience. I had never been an entrepreneur. So it was all very new for me. That photo was taken probably 2 days before I gave birth. And the reason that I chose that photo to share is because that was the need that I was in when I started in this industry. I believe in this industry so much because it has transformed my life. When I look at that photo, I don't even recognize that girl. I say girl because I was like 27 and now I'm almost 45, which is wild. But I was a mom and I had, my daughter was 3, almost 4, and I was pregnant and I was working retail. And I was like, what am I going to do? Just work to pay for daycare? Like, I have to figure something out so I can be at home with my kids. And so that was what led me to this industry. And I know that that's what leads so many of you to this industry. And I wanted you to see the transformation because I truly believe that this industry is personal development with a compensation plan. I always say the time is going to pass anyhow. You may as well learn the skills and develop yourself and earn some money as you go. So since I've started, this is actually my third business. In my last business, we did over 130 million in team sales, and I have earned over $5 million in this industry.
Dang.
Let me see. I'm like, how did I get it to scroll last time? There we go.
All right, so I am Brittney Mettke Powers. This about 8 years in the industry, also $5 million in earnings, $380 million in team sales, and actually, this picture was about me probably like 7 months right after I just started learning and wanting. So they're not pictured there is a newborn is a baby, not a newborn, but he was a baby. And it was me, like, honestly, I was pretty inside miserable. Essentially, I was in a very unhappy marriage to their dad, but I was financially dependent on him. That's actually what was one of the whys when I joined and tried to start, is to get some money. I was on maternity leave. I had a NICU baby. We were on all the government assistance, food stamps, Medicaid, everything. And I had a history of addiction. So I had these 7 felonies. So I could not get a job. I couldn't, as much education or whatever, just no one would take me. And that's one of my favorite things about this industry, is it literally doesn't matter. High school dropout. One of my mentors says Yale or jail, like anyone can make it work. And actually, because of my financial situation, I was able to get a lawyer, get those felonies expunged, which is pretty amazing because that was a really big deal for me. Those held me back for a long time, even though I like changed my life like for over a decade. And a big thing is, like, I really wanted to be present for my kids, and I was always like, it's like if they were born, I had to put them in daycare, and I was working as a server and a bartender. And that was really my experience. I didn't really know anything. Like, I learned a lot on my own, watching YouTube videos. And oh my gosh, actually, if you guys are on my YouTube, I kept videos back. And it's so funny. Like, if you look when I joined, started the industry, and now it's like I'm so different. Like, I couldn't, but I still tried. And that was my biggest thing. I showed up even when it might have not been the best way. And I just kept going and trying to figure out what worked for me. And I think people just really appreciate just the authenticity and showing up. And people, and I think I definitely have like a blooming story over the years.
Well, what I love about both of our stories and these photos is just like the transformation that you can see, like with not only the physical, but the confidence and like the women that we have become. Like both of us started out not so great, like having a need, like really needing to be able to make some money because of our situations, and look at what we have been able to create, and not only for ourselves, but those numbers don't just represent what we've done for ourselves. It represents how we've helped so many other people to create an additional income and to develop that self-confidence in themselves. And I think that's like the biggest thing that I love seeing, the transformation in the women that I've had the pleasure of working with over, the time that I've been in the industry, is just watching them develop and become the best version of themselves.
100%.
So, okay. Brittney, do you want to jump in and talk about Farmasi, or should I?
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about it because I actually just made a move over here after doing a lot of research and looking at several companies, and that I felt like a large responsibility to make sure I landed in the best spot. So I feel like I know a lot about like who they are because I dug into that and I love it. So Farmasi is actually a global brand, and I feel like that's really important. They are in over 40 countries with 7 million reps worldwide. So it's really cool because, a lot of direct sales companies they start in the US and maybe they expand. That's not what Farmasi did. So they're not dependent on the US economy, which I think we all can say is kind of, scary right now. People are needing money. We're in a recession. And that's why you might see other companies might have to make scary moves. They don't have to do that because the North American market is only a small percentage. So they're killing it. Other number one direct sales company in Turkey. They just had an 8,000 people in attendance conference in Spain. And so they're booming. And then they literally use that money to invest here to help us grow, which is why they just opened a $30 million campus in Miami, which is their home office. Which anyone on our team, we're having a welcome party in 2 weeks, gets to attend, which is really cool. And it's stability is like the key word. 74 years is actually how the company was from their grandfather. They're valued at $1 billion, 10 years in direct sales, less than 5 years in North America. They're debt free. And so when I say North America, I mean Canada, US, Mexico, and then even some of the Caribbean stuff. And they're actually, most of their influencers are in Mexico. 250 new products launched. I think I see 28 direct sales company, but they want to be number one. That's where they're headed. That's their goal. So they're pouring everything in to be the number one direct sales company in the world. And they are really committed. I guess Brooke said she has like when you go to their home office, what's there on the wall, you said, that says like.
Yeah, the goal is to be the number one direct sales company in the world. That is their vision for where they're going. And I had the opportunity to go prior to joining because I also just made a big shift. I was a top earner in my last company and I left there after almost 8 years. And so I went with my husband and we went and we met with the CEO and we learned all of these things directly from him. And I, was able to ask them a lot of questions. So one of the things that I asked was like, what drives you? Because this is the family that owns this company, they're worth billions of dollars. Like they don't need the money. Like Brittney said, they're very financially stable. And it was Imre that said, he's like, I just want to be the best at whatever I do. So like these men are, even though that like they have generational wealth, like beyond most of our like wildest dreams, like they're still extremely driven they're young too. And they're very driven to succeed and to carry their family's heritage like to the next level. So I feel good about who is directing the business, like for sure.
And that was so important for me when choosing a company is that stability, and the willingness and the showing that they were profitable and growing and stuff like that.
Here we go. This will be easier right here. So let's talk a little bit about the products. Like what kind of products does Farmasi have? Farmasi has a little bit of everything. You may be able to see my store back here, a little bit of everything. So we have a full skincare line, multiple lines within that, depending on what's going on with your skin. We have something for you. We have a hair care line. We have a full supplement line that has everything from helping you to sleep, helping you to focus, helping you with weight management. Oh my gosh, helping you burn fat. Like we have a little bit of everything. Energy. I love our supplement line. And then we also, mostly what people know Farmasi for is the makeup. And the makeup is incredible. I always tell people that when you're thinking about Farmasi, imagine like you're able to go into Ulta or Sephora. You can buy anything that you can buy in Ulta or Sephora. You can buy from Farmasi. We have the makeup. We have the makeup brushes. We have the sponges. We have soaps and we have body washes and we have fragrances, like all of those things that you could buy in an Ulta or a Sephora, you're going to get from Farmasi. And the difference is, and this was my biggest question, was like, what sets this company apart? Because I came from a company that was very niche and had high-end products that you really couldn't get anywhere else. And what really sets these products apart is the fact that they own the whole distribution channel. They have a 5,000 square foot facility, and we might talk about that in a little bit. I didn't like really look at the slides ahead, but there's a 5 million square foot facility in Turkey where they produce all of these products. So they own the distribution. and they're able to create high quality products at low prices. So you're getting the department store quality, but you're getting it really at, especially as an influencer, you're getting it at drugstore prices. And so when I ask, how can you pay out what you pay? Can you produce the quality? They explain it's because they own the entire supply chain. They grow the raw ingredients. They produce the products, they produce the packaging that the products come in, and they own the IT company that runs all of the tech. And so because none of this is being outsourced to third party, like in a lot of network marketing companies, this is saving them millions and millions of dollars. And so they're able to keep their costs low. So we're offering innovative, competitively priced beauty products, everything from makeup, skincare, hair care, wellness, household. We adhere to the EU standards. So it's safe ingredients. You know that the US only bans like 11 or 12 ingredients in beauty products. There's pretty much like the wild, wild west over here. But in Europe, I believe it's 1,200 ingredients are banned. So we adhere to the EU standards, and nothing is tested on animals. Everything is free of animal ingredients with the exception of our collagen, free of heavy metals, gluten, parabens. If you want more information about the product standards, there is a page on the website that goes into each one, because we have different product categories that are going to adhere. Obviously, a food category is going to be different than, a skincare category. Okay, so that's a little bit about the products. The products are amazing. Let us know in the comments if you've been using the products, what you think about the products, because I've been using them for the last 4 months and I've already had an incredible transformation. Brittney, you want to talk about some of the reasons to choose Farmasi, or do I need to unmute you again? Okay. Let's see. Give me just a second.
All righty. So, yeah, that was one of my things too. Like, oh, well, what's different? And it's when I placed my first order, I was very happy at how much I could add my cart for that price and everything I got. And I was like, oh my gosh. And this was like less than $100. And I had a full box. And then when I tried it, and it was comparable to what I was paying for luxury like things that were like maybe like I paid like $12, but I might be used to paying $50. And I'm like, that is one thing, because listen, when you are trying to, I come from a very niche select product too. And what I know is and then they started adding other things. If it's stuff people already use, they're very hesitant to switch, and especially if it costs more. But you can get them to, I've learned even over my last, 6 days being here, I've got people trying new stuff because it does cost less. And so they're willing to give that a try. And then I'm sure they're going to be like me when they try it and they love it. They're going to trust the brand. They always throw in samples, or, they throw in samples and orders, which that's what got me to try other things. So I love all of that stuff. So reasons why I chose Farmasi. It's very influencer friendly. I mean, we're called influencers, and it's because it's a lifestyle brand, right? So you can just like, hey, talk about using it or whatever, and then put your link there. It's not like, it's very simple for anything. Like I post a picture, oh, what's that on your lips? I posted a picture about some gummies, just like my life stuff. And so that's what influencers do. And it's a simple click link to order, no subscription. Like they don't force people to do subscription boxes that they have to like do insane things to get out of and stuff like that, or do all these extra like steps to order. Always a 50% commission. I was so excited. I actually just posted, I got my first 50% commission on your personal sales like in 72 hours. And that's easy to transfer to. And then as soon as you become an influencer, you get a 50% discount, which is awesome. Just think of shopping wholesale if you have a boutique, or maybe you have a salon, and then also just for your own closet, or if you do vendor shows and stuff like that, being able to just spend the 50% versus like how other companies might do like a rebate or whatever. You don't have to be an expert in anything. Literally, I am not an expert in any of the things that we have, but I do use them, and I haven't even used all of them, and it's just like kind of a process. I know Brooke hasn't used all of them. I know her up they haven't. Like, and then there's all the information for you. It's very affordable pricing, which is very important. I've said that. So there's no auto shipments, order minimums or fees. So like even as a rep, you don't have to like do certain things like make sure you hit this every month or whatever. It's totally up to you. They're made to EU standards, which is the strictest. And so a lot of people ask about ingredients. Just saying that like gives them a breath of fresh air. Lots and lots of opportunity in US and Canada for sure. Like that was one of the things that was really appealing. Like when I'm talking to two people, they either don't know about Farmasi or they only have really good things but they to say about it, but like they don't know who to order it from. Maybe they got it from like a friend or at a vendor event. It's available in 40 countries and growing. They're actually launching in France very soon. Products for men and women, which is really cool because they're also, if you are, you know, if you have a husband, they can do it as well. Like sign up, they can talk about the cologne or the beard stuff or health and wellness. Very low startup cost. $19.99 gets you a sample pack of all the samples and unlocks your 50% volume-based comp plan for those that are interested in leading. I'm sure you know, like Susie has to hit this, and you're waiting on Molly to hit this, and like understand like that pressure being a leader, and it gives you like an icky feeling. No, it's just based off of whatever is going on. You don't have to do that, which I personally love as a leader. Already said paid on personal sales in 72 hours. I really, really like that. Some companies wait a month, some wait a week. And like in today's like gig economy, it competes with that. Like, cause even like DoorDash or Instacart, you have to wait a couple days. So it's literally like, oh, my electric bill's due, you know, sell some products. Incentive trips are built into the compensation plan. So it's very consistent. It's not like they're either going to take away or what are the requirements going to be this year, like they're built in there, but they also added in extra ones. So right now we have a current one that anyone can earn, and it's to Mexico. And I'm telling you, being in the industry for 7 years and seeing some incentive trips, it's probably one of the most simplest one that literally you could join today and then be in Mexico in the summer. And the very first level trip in the compensation plan is to Turkey, and flights are included, and it's like a 2-part trip. So you see the manufacturer, and then you also do like a hot balloon tour, and they like spare no expense. And that also was mind blowing to me because it's equivalent to like it's very low level like leadership. It's a leadership rank, you know what I mean? It's not like you have to do this crazy thing. Usually in some companies that's like if you're like the diamond unicorn national stuff. Like this is like a very realistic for anyone to get to. They had I think 300 people on it last year, so that was amazing to me. An incredible leadership team. I'm going to tell you right now, I was like the tippy top of at the compensation plan in my past company. And so I definitely worked with all the different leadership teams, and I've been so blown away by them. But it's not even like it's not like they only treat Brooke, you know, you're a mid-level leader because you just started 4 months ago, or just the influencer. They have people to talk to at customer service. I've talked to them. They're just like, we're here to serve everyone. And then also this team is very important because I also interviewed uplines, and I think that's really, really important. And that's one reason why I chose Brooke. Like I saw her as a leader, that she was so present and active, even when like other leaders in her company were checking out because there were hard times and bad press and stuff like that. And that's the kind of leader I was. I showed up every day for my team, and even like their uplines, they have so many different resources, incentives, things to help you. And that's what was really important to me. And I, like Brooke mentioned, Farmasi owns the entire supply chain. So they're able to keep the prices affordable by having a very aggressive compensation plan while also sparing no expenses on trips and conferences and different shopping promos and free shipping and get this product and all of that. They're able to do it all. So, I mean, I could probably go on, but those are definitely some of the top reasons.
Yes, we are always getting so much free stuff. And you guys, the leadership team that you will be a part of by joining this business with us is unreal. Like I'm talking multi-million dollar earners all the way like 6 levels up. And that means that we've had success. That means that we've successfully trained people to go out into the field and to sell and to get a paycheck. So the leadership team that you will be joining is unmatched. Okay. Like I also like, was really careful with who I chose as well. And yeah, it's just really good. Like the things that we're doing for the team. If you're in Florida, the corporate office is here in Florida. I'm in Florida. You're always welcome to come in. Like this weekend, we're doing a mastermind for some of the leaders, and then we're doing a photo shoot, and then we're doing a Galentine's Day that's open for everyone to come and bring to bring their leads to. And even if you're not in Florida, you can still participate. You can always do your own. So I love that this with this business that like we're doing events and we're having the in person, because I feel like, especially with COVID during that era, like we were all online and no one was really seeing each other. And what makes this business so great is the people. It's like hugging people. It's, like actually being in person and getting to like fellowship with people. So you're going to get to be a part of that as well. And like Brittney mentioned, we're having a big party. So if you sign up, you can come in. We're going to spend a whole day training at corporate on the 24th. You're going to get to see the facility. You're going to get a warehouse tour. There's a showroom in there with all of the products. I'm hiring a photographer and videographer to come in and take content for us. And then we're going to have like a little 3-hour break. We're going to go get changed. We're going to glam up, and we're going to actually go to the CEO and president, their brothers. We're going to go to their personal residence on Hibiscus Island. If you're not familiar with Hibiscus Island, it's right next to Star Island in Miami, and it is where all of the celebrities live. It's a very high net worth individuals live there. So it's going to be next level. And they're literally rolling out the red carpet for us. Like we will have red carpet, we'll have video, we'll have a lot of amazing
They
content.
were selling, they were like bar, DJ, backdrops, all of that, which is really, that's really exciting. And especially like for us being in this season, we're all launching our business essentially. And so it's a great opportunity. It's a big opportunity. And again, a lot of companies, to do anything like that, you had to do and hit crazy insane goals, not just like, oh, we literally all just joined. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
You haven't
exciting.
yet.
So we want you to join us. So this is how it works. To sign up, when you sign up, you're going to get plugged in and get access to all of our training and resources as soon as you get set up and join in the chats. Then you start sharing the products on social media. You can work this business a multitude of ways, because you do get the 50% discount. Like Brittney said, you can buy and you can sell if you have a store, a pop-up shop, a boutique, anything like that. You're welcome to do that. Most of us typically sell through social media through various methods. I know some people like to do parties and Facebook groups and that sort of thing, but we're going to teach you how to do social selling. If you're not already familiar with social selling, we have a ton of training around that. So you start sharing the products with people, and then you don't have to keep inventory at all. All of the products can be shipped from Miami. So you have people that order through your link. You're going to earn the commissions, and then the products will just get sent directly to them. Okay. So that's really just how simple it is. And we also have something called Hot List, which I will just briefly touch on. So let's say you really like my lipstick. I can put together a hot list with the lip liner, the lipstick, the lip gloss, anything that I've put on my lips. And it's a customized link that I can then share to my story. Or if, for those of you that maybe have a big TikTok or an Instagram account and you know how to use automation, you can put out a video and you can say, drop the word lips in the comments and I'll send you the link, or you can manually send it too. But you can customize these things. So again, it's very influencer friendly. It's friendly for people who want to use TikTok, want to use Instagram. And then you'll get an email saying that you have a new customer. And then you, as you'll see right here, you're going to get 50% of the customer order. So whatever the retail is minus the tax, you're going to get 50% of that. We also have duplicatable systems. and lots of marketing and sales trainings. You guys, between Brittney and I, and not even including our uplines, you guys, there's so much that you're going to be able to plug
But also,
into.
everybody on the team has been so helpful. We have people already making graphics, answering questions. It's such a collaborative environment community, which was, something I definitely loved at my last company, and we have that here. So there's so much. You can never
Yes.
say I'm alone, or you know what I mean. It's just about learning and figuring out and sharing with other people.
And that's what I love about this industry. And that's why I could go and I could sell courses and do coaching outside because of my, expertise. But I choose not, and I've been asked to multiple times, but I choose not to because I really enjoy the collaboration of this type of business. So when you get signed up, you're going to get duplicatable systems where everything will be plugged right into your keyboard. So if you need information about anything, you can send it directly to someone in a text or a DM. You're going to get all kinds of additional support. When you sign up, if you have 125 in personal volume, that you will be able to unlock the school that our uplines have. It's called More Than Business, and they have a vault of trainings there that you are going to be able to access as well. So let's just talk about how to get started, because the support is there. You just have to have the willingness and the work ethic and be coachable. Like that's really all it boils down to. This business will work if you do. Yes, you have to work at it. Yes, you have to be consistent. Yes, you have to commit to learning and growing through the process, because Brittney and I didn't learn everything that we know now overnight. It took us years to learn and develop and to grow. But if you just commit to the process and say, okay, I'm going to go all in on this, I promise it will be an investment that's worthwhile. Because listen, you could go and you could open a brick and mortar business. I have friends that have them. They cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to start. There's a lot of stress, a lot of headache, a lot of overhead. You're dealing with employees, you're dealing with leases. I had a friend who did a startup for a restaurant. They had to break the lease because the restaurant wasn't producing like it should have been. So they had to shut it down, break the lease. Now the landlord is suing them. I'm telling you, it's a lot. Is anyone on this call have their own brick and mortar business? You can attest to the amount of overhead. You have insurance. There's all kinds of things that you're dealing with when you're dealing with a brick and mortar business. So my point is not that brick and mortar is bad. It's just that the risk for starting something like this is so low, because the worst that happens is you get products that you like, that you use, and that you get a discount on,
That's the worst that can literally happen with this. You're like, oh, okay, well, I have stuff I like that I got, it's pretty affordable.
Yeah.
But the best thing, that's the thing, question your, what's the best that can happen? What can you even dream? Because I can tell you, when I started, what ended up happening, and still, I wasn't even in the reality of my dreams. I literally just wanted to not have to go to the food pantry when my food stamps ran out. Literally, I wanted to make $500 extra a month, and you guys saw that I earned 5 million. And oh yeah, so someone mentioned too, the no website fee. I think we said that earlier too. That's really cool.
Yeah, there's no hidden cost.
There's no catch. That's what
In my
everyone's like. They're like, don't I have to what? And maybe is there something like a year, or no? It's really, there's nothing.
That's why we just encourage you to get started with 125 in products, because that will keep your account open for 6 months. So the only requirement to keep your account active, where you have your 50% discount and you can earn commissions, is to either buy or sell $125 every 6 months. That's nothing. That's you should see the products that I have sitting in my office.
And they have all these gifts you can earn and different. So if you do that, you're gonna get a free primer this month. And then they also have a really cute lip kit that it will unlock at 125. So on top of what, you get all that too.
Oh, it's always so many free things. So there's two different ways that you can get started. The first way is to choose a pre-selected pack. And this is really simple because it's a no-brainer. You don't have to think about it. You're going to get this box of samples that comes with it. And depending on your budget, they start at 75. This one's 75, and it works all the way up to 500. So if you're like, you know what, I'm going all in, I want a little bit of everything, just go for it. Get the big one. You won't regret it. But if you're on a budget, you know, you can go with the 75 or the 125. I do recommend, again, getting the 125. That gets you qualified to be paid on your commissions, and it keeps your account open for 6 months. And there are different prep packs that you can choose from depending on if you want more makeup, or if you want skincare, or if you want more nutrition products. You'll notice that there's a little bit of a different variety. This one right here is tailored for men. This is the men's line, which smells really good, by the way. It's an aphrodisiac. But this is the starter pack. So this is the second option would be to do $19.99. This is going to unlock this box that you get right here with samples in a catalog. You'll get that. And then that unlocks 50% off of everything on the website. You can then go into shopping and add 125 PV to your cart. Check out, it's all going to be 50% off, and you immediately have your website. You'll get your welcome email, and it'll have your links that you can begin sharing with people and get launched. And we're actually doing another call tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So for those of you that go ahead and get signed up right away, we're going to be teaching you how to launch tomorrow night at 7 p.m. EST. Okay, so the training never stops, the community never stops, the fun never stops. I just love
Always
it.
going.
Yeah.
And
So
so much, like we just did an onboarding call on Monday, so your upline can hand you that so you can get the basics. And then we're really just we've kind of coined it, earning while we learn. And we're really just getting started.
yeah, we're just getting started, and we would love for you to join us. So I think that's it. Brittney, is there anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just, this was, I had to make a big choice and I feel more confident every single day. I'm so excited about what we're doing here. And I definitely know like it was the right pick. That's it at the end of the day.
I agree, and I feel so grateful and blessed to be working with you and all of your wonderful team members. Everyone has been so kind and just welcoming and excited to be a part of the team and the business. So I'm just really pumped for the vision of where we're going with this business and the community that we're going to be creating and all the lives that we are going to be impacting in the process. So if you would like to join, go ahead and get with the person who, invited you to this call to listen in.